Hello, everyone, and welcome back to biology. Today, we're getting started on a brand new lesson, which is lesson number 31 on echinoderms. Okay? Now, echinoderms are actually um, spiny skinned invertebrates that live in the ocean, meaning that they are animals that are invertebrates, which again means they do not have a backbone, um, and their skin is actually very spiny, means it has a lot of like thorn-like texture on its skin, and they live in the ocean. Okay, now the most common echinoderm that you might have heard of before is a starfish. Funny enough, starfish are actually not fish, they're echinoderms. Okay? That's why sometimes they're just called sea stars as well. There's something actually very special about echinoderms. Many animals like arthropods and um, other different types of animals, arthropods, have symmetry, but they have something called left to right symmetry. What that means is that if you were to fold them in half, they'd match. So, for example, you would take me and fold me in half, my body would match. My eyes, my nostrils, the size of my mouth, my arms, and my legs. Fold me together, they would match. So let's say this is our line of symmetry. If you fold it there, that is called left to right symmetry. Echinoderms, especially starfish, when adult, don't have left to right symmetry. They have something called radial symmetry. Radial symmetry. What does that mean? That means that if I were to fold it maybe this way, it would match. If I were to fold it in half this way, it would match. Same thing if I were to fold it this way. Again, it's a match. This way and this way. All around, no matter how I fold it, it'll have radial symmetry. That's actually something that only echinoderms have. Something else that is interesting, echinoderms' actual interpretation is spiny skin. Derms means skin, echino means spiny, so it means it has a lot of prickles. Unlike arthropods that have an exoskeleton, the echinoderms actually have a skeleton under their skin. And that's where the little spikes come from that skeleton underneath the skin. Something else that a starfish or sea star would have is tube-like suction cups under each leg. Okay, so it means it has five. So under each one, it has a tube-like water-filling suction cup. Like I said, they live in the ocean. So what happens is when they touch something, like let's say they're attached to a rock in the ocean, whenever they go down and try to go back up, the suction cups keep keeps them in place. Now, this helps the starfish or the sea star get from one place to another. Otherwise, he'd just be floating in the waves all the time. Echinoderms can feed several different ways. An example of a way that a starfish or sea star can feed is by using its tube-like feet. Now, what did I say they had? Kind of like suction cups. Now, that also helps them eat. And I'll tell you why. How? Have you ever seen a clam? A clam is usually shut tight. It kind of just looks like this, right? What a sea star does is that it goes and wraps its tube-like feet onto the clam. So, on this side and the other side. And it sticks on there, tight, grabs a grip. Like I said, it has suction cups. So, what happens is that instantly a tug-of-war begins. The sea star automatically tries to start pulling apart the clam, while the clam uses its muscles to stay shut. Now, eventually, the clam does give out, gets tired, or whatever, and it slightly opens. A sea star actually just needs a very slight opening to be able to put its mouth over it. And what happens then is that the sea star turns its stomach inside out, so it kind of like spits up its stomach, and when it does that, it goes onto the soft body of the clam and it starts to digest it slowly. Now that the clam has been partially digested, the starfish then sucks its stomach with the partially digested clam back inside and finishes its digestion. It's something very interesting actually. Now in the description of this video, I have inserted a link to another video which is about 30 seconds long of an actual starfish eating a clam. Like I said, it's only 30 seconds, so if you want to go watch it, you can. You don't have to, but you can. Now, for your assignment today, I've only been focusing on sea stars, but there are other types of echinoderms in the ocean. I want you to find one example of an echinoderm. I want you to send me a picture of your notes as well as that example of an echinoderm. Send that over to me and that'll be your attendance for today. If you have any questions on anything, please don't hesitate and ask. I'm here to help. I hope you all have a very wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to be hearing back from everyone very, very soon. Goodbye.